How's it going? Hope you're having a great Friday. Today I kind of just wanted to expound on the idea of clarity. And I guess, yeah, it's really more than just an idea. It's more like a tool that we can use to really change our lives, to really change basically what appears in our lives and what we get out of life. And so I've got my handy notebook here, and this is what we've got. So, and that's kind of unclear. There we go. Clarity. Three things. So first, I kind of broke it down into these three things. So quiet, openness, and action. And so those are ways to promote clarity in your life. And so first off, with quiet, so I live in rural Idaho, and I'm gonna come over to my window. Basically, so I love going on walks, and we're just kind of out in nature. And what's nice is that I'll go out there and it'll be like, midnight or 1 o'clock, and it's just like so like with a clear night sky, you can see the stars really well. Like we had lived out in New Mexico for a bit, and it was hard because the lights of the city, you really couldn't see the stars too well. But out here, it's pretty amazing. Or just out in nature anywhere, And so when I'm on these walks, that quiet, that allows feelings to kind of be amplified, and so whether I'm like bringing my own feelings along, or it's new feelings that I'm being presented with, or new inspiration, or just different things, that quiet allows the universe to talk to you, and allows yourself to kind of mull over the feelings that you've got, the thoughts that you have, impressions that you might receive, and kind of think about where you want to take life. And so that's a big deal with clarity, is like defining what you want. That is like summing up clarity in as few words as possible. Maybe that would be it. Really defining what you want or what you need in life. And so, yeah, first off, quiet, a lot of times in the car, like, so I love listening to music. Music inspires me. But at the same time, sometimes like driving in the car, like just driving with quiet can be really inspiring. And so, that's the first deal with clarity. Allowing quiet into your life, or like finding ways to allow quiet to happen in your life, whether it's walks, whether it's drives in the car, whatever it might be. There's a million ways to do that, right? So second up is openness. So a lot of times, in that quiet, you might get a thought of something that you need to do, that you need to be doing. And it might seem a little bit out there, not really in line with what you're thinking, And so you think, okay, like, is this really something that I should pursue, or what? Openness is so big, so openness is the opposite of resistance. Like sometimes in life we'll just resist, something, and it just seems to continue forcing itself on us. Even more so when we resist it, right? And so if you allow openness into your life, and just almost accept, but more like just flow with it, flow with what's happening, flow with the good that's happening, right? Or sometimes with the bad. I mean, that's true, sometimes there's bad that you got to flow with. But allowing that flow and allowing that openness can really open things in your life. So along with openness and you got action. That's the last deal with clarity is, taking action on whatever it might be. And a lot of times it might be difficult, it might be something that you're just not familiar with at all, something that you're not comfortable with, something that creates vulnerability in your life. That's another big one, but you've got to, in order to really find clarity, sometimes you have to test it out. You have to test out whatever it might be that you're feeling that you need to move with. And so kind of along with this whole discussion, I wanted to share a personal experience. And so I'm out in my music room, and this has been the neatest place for me. And I broke into our storage closet right here, and kind of digging through this bin. So this is a package that I received while I was in the military. So I was in the military for 8 years. And this is my basic training picture. Let's see if I can zoom in close enough. Let's see if it'll focus. There I am, right there, second from the end on that last row. And man, so that was just such an interesting experience. With the military, I actually got activated in it. And that was an interesting experience. I guess just having that openness. I'm just logging into my computer real quick. Let's see here. I guess to explain first off, so I was in the military. I had really never, in high school, I didn't really imagine myself being a part of the military. As a boy, yeah, of course, I would dress up with my camo sweater and put little little medallion things on there as as if it was my rank, and I would pretend I was a general and kind of just play through different scenarios that way. Or I was really into GI Joes and stuff. But when I was in high school, I never really imagined that being a part of my life. But so let's see. So in high school, there was a recruiter that came out, and basically he just gave a presentation in the class, and we did the ASVAB military test and things. And let's see. So I was kind of feeling bad for the recruiter because he signed a little sign-up sheet around. He sent it around the classroom, and no one signed up. And I was like, oh shoot, I'll just be nice, I'll sign up. And so basically I signed up, and then I think it was a couple days later he called me, and he's like, do you want to meet up? You signed my list, do you want me to come to your house? And he's a really nice guy, super nice guy. I think it was Sergeant Halford was his name. Anyways, so he comes to my house, and my parents, they didn't know anything about this, and they're super surprised, or I really don't know how they felt, but yeah, so this recruiter's in our house, and he comes to explain different military positions that I could have in the Army. And so basically we go through a little discussion, and soon after that, this is where the openness came in. I was open to feelings, and I could just feel that this was something that was right for me, something right for my life, an experience that I needed. And at that point, I decided let's do this, and my parents felt good about it too, and so I did it. And then went off to basic training, went off to advanced training and things, and was a part of the military. So I wanted to share a couple pictures from my tour in Iraq, and it's kind of interesting. So here I am, it's on my birthday, and I'd gotten some different cards. Just kind of fun. Had the headphones in. I used to listen to a lot of music there too. And let's see. So here's me with my Kevlar helmet, Torgesen, just driving around the base there. I also had the opportunity to fly so UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles in Iraq, and that was kind of a neat experience. Just because, yeah, it was something new, something I hadn't done before. We got to ride on helicopters, and this was just getting transported from base to base. Here I am in front of my quarters, right? So I've got my laundry bag. And man, those are good times. This is on Christmas. Man, I got a wonderful Christmas. I got a keyboard, stand for it, and different things for recording music and stuff. Here's me in this friendly palm tree. Man, that was just interesting how nature can have such a powerful effect. And so this palm tree, man, it was just right near my quarters, and it just had this special energy to it. So I was just really drawn to it. It was pretty neat. Here's my makeshift bed. So like we had 3 guys in one room, and like we would take shifts, and I was the day shift, 8 to 4, and then there were 2 other shifts, 4 to midnight and then 12 to 8. And I wanted to be able to sleep, so I put out this sheet and stuff so that it would kind of give me my own little shelter in there. Let's see. Here's me in the desert. That was interesting, man. Sometimes we'd play around, just mess around. Here's the front of my quarters. It was kind of fun. It was neat, just like the theme that they put on it. Let's see. Here's my room. This is before I had my sheet up, and so I've got my my traveler guitar there, keyboard, and then I still have this blanket. It's so nice. It's like a nice warm blanket. We used to keep it super cold in the room, like 60 degrees, and well, it's not like super cold, but when the outside weather is like 120, it gets kind of cold when it's like that. Here's a picture at night, and then here's me with my nice glasses, man. But they protect your eyes, man. That's the important thing. Sergeant Wooden, man, that guy was awesome. Very good friend. Helicopter ride. Another picture, me and my house, and then we had an internet cafe over here to be able to, and also calling center to be able to call back home. There's the calling center. Here's a picture of the UAV when we were flying it. And here's a picture of the UAV too. So military. So it turned out to be like a neat experience. An experience that brought me character, brought me different attributes, brought me different experiences that allowed me to grow as a person, and so brought me more clarity too in life, I would say, definitely. And so again, I guess, yeah, let's just kind of reiterate these three main topics of clarity that I was talking about. So these 3 things, quiet, allowing yourself quiet time. And I would challenge you, like, find some quiet time in your life. How can you find some quiet that will allow inspiration and feelings to not be drowned out by external things? What can you do to do that? And then we've got openness, so say that inspiration or feeling comes to you, how are you going to react to it? What are you going to do? Are you going to resist? Or are you going to allow that experience or that thing to change your life? Lastly, of course, action. I think that, definitely goes along with openness, being open and acting on something. Is there something in your life right now, that you feel you need to take action on? You might be scared of doing it, have that fear. Is there a way that you can act on it, though, and just act in faith, knowing that you received that feeling, you received that impression, that inspiration to do that, and just doing it, So, those are the 3 things, and I hope that helps in some way. I really have found clarity in my life to be something super, super important. A tool that can really open my life to new opportunities. And so, anyways, challenge you, try and find more clarity in your life. Try and define what you really want in life. What kind of a lifestyle do you want? What kind of things do you want around you? What kind of people do you want around you? What kind of career do you want? Define those things. Find ways to define it. And in the future, in the next video, I kind of want to just talk about, putting clarity into action. So once you have that definition, how can you act on it? Anyways, awesome talking with you, and I hope you have a great rest of your Friday, and thanks a lot. We'll see you.